So apparently, liking pineapple on pizza is a beige flag. Who knew? First of all, pineapple belongs on pizza, and whoever has another opinion about it, whatever, come beat me. Don't care. Welcome to today's episode of OMG, another podcast. This is just a fun one. I was always so curious about what beige flags are. We know what green flags are, which is like, especially when it comes to dating, like these are things that are admirable and desirable in a partner, also friends, and red flags are like the no go zone. So now apparently the beige flags are in between, and I think I'm going to start doing a series on this about like the new lingo that is coming up, and probably we don't necessarily understand what it's about. So I decided to start with beige flags because I'm like, shouldn't it be an amber flag? Because if we're like using the traffic lights, it's either amber or orange. So why is it beige? Anyway, that's my overthinking capacity. So I decided to do some research. I was like, what's beige flags about? Everyone is talking about like, oh my gosh, that's a beige flag. It's a thing. Maybe I'm old, but I found this fascinating. So according to what I found online, is that beige flags are traits or habits in a person that aren't outright red flags, which are deal breakers, either in a friend or a partner, or green flags, which are strong positives. They're more like, they're neutral, they're mildly odd, or they're just a bit offbeat. They're weird. There may be quirks. It's not necessarily a reason for you to run, but they'll definitely make you pause and say, that's interesting. So basically, beige flags are potential yellow lights, not always a problem, but you're worth keeping on. And they're also like weird seasoning that makes something interesting or makes someone have a specific quirk. So the trick is knowing your personal taste. So some people love quirky, some people don't love quirky, some people also love different variations of quirky, and some people want clarity. So I thought, okay, let me do a bit of research in terms of like what are some examples of beige flags. So one of them is that one. Apparently, if you like pineapple on pizza, that's a beige flag. And that one I have said here, I disagree because I love pineapple on pizza. I love a good Hawaiian pizza. Another one which was found funny is that they only talk in memes or TikTok sound bites. That they've made that the whole personality. So at first it's funny until it's like now that's the whole personality. And I'm like, do people really just talk in memes or in TikTok sound bites without having a proper conversation? I thought that was funny because I was just like, there's also like social media language that we use, and I'm like, if you're not online, you probably miss out on like what people are saying. But if you make it your own personality, I could see how it's like a quirk or someone who only talks in memes. But I love memes; they're funny. I feel like memes are so ha ha ha. So I'm not too sure if that's a beige flag or we're just nitpicking at people's quirks and something that makes them funny. I find that's funny. So I'm not too sure about you. Let me know what you think. They don't. So the second one. So that was the first one. So the second one. Examples, they don't have a favorite anything. They don't have a favorite food. They don't have a favorite color. They don't have a favorite song. Nothing. It's like a mystery box with no prize inside. This I found harsh because what if you just like many things? Like, what if today I'm feeling ugali and mrenda, and then tomorrow I'm feeling sushi? Like, how does that make me a beige flag? I don't know. Like, what if my taste palettes are just expansive, and I don't want to fit in a box of favorite this, favorite that, favorite color, favorite blah blah blah, and I just like different colors. So I don't know. So anyway, if we go down the list, I feel more and more that beige flags are just people who have a problem with people's quirks and they have an ick about it, and now that's why we are talking about beige flags. Their profile photo is just a series of group photos. Like there's no image of them. Like they're always posting up with their friends or their family or with other people, not just of them. And apparently it's a beige flag because who are you? Where are you? Why do I feel like I am dating your whole friend group and that's your whole personality? And I'm just like, yeah, okay, is having a a healthy amount of friends and family around you so wrong. And having your profile photo as just a series of group photos is like now crazy. Mm, yeah, I don't know. That's a question mark. But really, some of these things, when I read them, I'm just wondering and I'm asking to myself, is this even something that I actively think about? That's why I believe when I was reading the definition of what beige flags are, it's specific quirks that people have, and then it's according to your own preference and your own personal taste, and then that's when you kind of decode whether it's a quirk for you or it's a beige flag or not. So a lot of all these things actually are subjective, basically. I think it's a moral of the story. Okay, number 4, they respond with K or haha to everything. And the reason why this is a beige flag is because, like, are you dry or are you emotionally unavailable but charming? Okay, yeah, for me, I agree with this one being a beige flag because people who say K or use a letter like in texting, I don't know why that is like a pet peeve of mine. Yeah, like why we're not speaking in full words. Please use your words, as I would like to say. So yeah, that's for me a personal quirk to me that I just don't understand. Yeah, that one I don't understand. I don't get that one. They are obsessed with one random thing. And the reason why this is a beige flag is like they're really obsessed. Like, and then they're obsessed with weird things. Like they're obsessed with owls, like an owl. Like, why would you be obsessed with an owl? That's creepy. Yeah. Or like air fryers, and someone can tell you different types of things about air fryers. And I thought about this thing and I was like, okay, if it's not creepy, then it's interesting and cool, because if you go to this person, they'll tell you everything you need to know about air fryers, for example. Or they'll tell you everything to know about space and the new discoveries or the new planets, or who discovered it and when it was discovered and where it was discovered and how many light years away it is. And I don't think like that's a beige flag unless it's something creepy, like liking, I don't know, dark stuff or owls. Like, why an owl? But maybe that's what makes it interesting, and maybe if they explain it to you, it will be cool. Another one, the next one is they always say, let's plant something, but never do. Okay, so this is the reason this is a beige flag is that they're present enough to keep the convo going, but vague enough to avoid commitment. So beige with a hint of red. Okay, so this, especially when it comes to dating, it's definitely a red flag, because why are you not following through, and why are we wasting time, and why are you not being intentional about seeing me and actually doing like proper pursuing? So yeah, this one, when it comes to dating especially, this is actually a red flag. And then, but in friends, like, have you noticed with your friends, like, oh my gosh, we should do something, oh my gosh, we should really go for that lunch, oh my gosh, we should do that together, and then, like, 2 months pass by and life has happened. Is that really a beige flag, or is that lifing? But when it comes to dating, I have a different opinion about that. That's a red flag. um and then the next one is that they never ask you a single question back. They're not rude, but they're suspiciously incurious. So this is what makes it a beige flag. And you're like just not having a conversation. Okay. So what do I think about this? What I think about this is it that they don't probably have conversation skills and you're being hard on them, or are they those people who are self-absorbed and they think everything is about them? That's how I look at it. So I'm not too sure. I think, yeah, I think I would want a bit more context when it comes to this one. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'd say. And then the next one is that they don't like music. Is that a beige flag? Like silence always. Okay, so funny thing is, I've realized, and this is something I discovered. So, we're like, let's say I'm in an office setting and I'm with my colleagues, because I'm a yappa. I'm such a noisemaker. I'm those people, like, you have to put like a label on me. Don't talk to me. I have actual work to do. When I put on my headphones or earphones, like, that helps so that I can be able to concentrate. But then, let's say I'm working remotely and I'm working alone. That total silence. I like it. And I remember, as a joke, don't take it seriously, as a joke, my friend told me that's like giving serial killer vibes. And I was just like, really? I like silence. I like hearing my thoughts. I like hearing myself think when I'm alone, which I think they found even more creepy. So, but I do love music. So I think it's the also like the context on when the music is liked or not, I guess. Um, the next one is the next beige flag is that I'm learning is that they're overly ambiguous about everything. Like if you ask them how you doing, I'm just vibing. I'm cool. Like what does that mean? Are you a person or are you a cloud? Well, I don't know. Like again, like with another previous question about like someone not asking you a question back, is it that they don't have conversation skills? Are they socially awkward? Are they not interested and they're just telling you they're bored? But yeah, that can be annoying. Maybe if you're trying to connect with someone, especially on an emotional level, especially if it's like a romantic partner. Yeah, that can actually be a red flag because it's like why are you not sharing? Because the whole point of a relationship or a romantic thing or even just a friendship is that exchange. And the last beige flag I have today, and I said I'm gonna start a series on like things I'm learning and I wanna unpack what they mean, is the last one is they overshare on day one. So they're trauma dumping everything. They tell you, yeah, that's actually a red flag. Like, yeah, especially depending on delivery, like why? But also, is it that we as a human race are not used to people just sharing openly, and then we think that if someone is just being excited about sharing something, then that's a whole, you know, red flag per se. But I don't know. Yeah, I'd actually be curious. Anyway, what I've realized with myself about these beige flags is that because I'm inclined to be naturally curious, I'll ask more questions to find out the why, to find out why it's happening, to understand more, and then maybe I can make my conclusions. But yeah, so interesting take on beige flags. I hope you've learned. If you didn't know what it was, I learned about this a couple of months ago and I found this so interesting. Yeah, let me know also what you think. Please share if you have any other beige flags as well that you have come across that it's not a red flag. I mean, it's not a red flag like outright, but it has the potential to be, or it's a quirk that you can't for example accept in a person, either a friend or a partner. So it can be like, maybe their sense of hygiene, that's a beige flag. It's like, yeah, why are you like not showering, why are you not brushing your teeth? Or someone who just doesn't call you back. If they find your missed call, they'll never call you back. I think how I've understood it, I think that's a beige flag. So let me know, please. Make sure you engage with us on all our social media platforms. We are on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're also on Instagram, TikTok, on OMG, another podcast. A big thanks as always to my studio and podcast partner, that is Harway Studios, Terry Limo, and just everyone who makes this possible. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. And make sure you're not a walking beige flag.